Today we are going to see India's foreign policy. In that already we have seen many things about the non-alignment, Panchasheel and Nehru's contribution to foreign policy, and so many things we have already seen. Now today we are going to see about the heading concept followed by India to maintain friendly relations with its neighbors. To keep a friendly relations with neighbor, so India, what are the concept they follow? They are following. Okay, so that we are going to see today. What is that heading? Concept followed by India to maintain friendly relations with neighbor. To have a good relation with our neighbors, what are the concept we are following? So the first one is the prioritizing on integrated neighborhood first policy. In that first, India foreign policy has recorded, I'll tell you what it is. India's foreign policy has recorded the concept. What concept it adopted? Concept the neighborhood as one, okay, of widening concentric circle where around historical and cultural, mainly historical and cultural commonalities. What is the meaning for this, children? First, India's first concept is India foreign policy has recorded the concept of neighborhood as one. So what they have taught according to their historical and cultural commonalities. வரலாற்று மற்றும் அந்த கலாச்சார பண்பாட்டை பின்பற்றி தான் நம்மளோட அண்டை நாடுகள்லாம் இருக்கு. ஸோ அதுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி தான் நம்மளோட ஃபாரின் பாலிசியை நம்ம ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். So every country has their own historical and cultural commonalities. So அதை தழுவி தான் நம்மளோட foreign policy வந்து இருக்கு. So India foreign policy has recorded the concept of neighborhood as one, mainly their historical and cultural commonalities. Okay, then what's the next point in this heading? Prioritizing and integrated neighborhood, that is neighborhood policy. That first policy, mainly their historical and cultural commonalities. Based on this we have prepared our foreign policy. Next, India gives political and diplomatic priority. We are giving the political and diplomatic priority to who? To our immediate neighborhood. Okay, immediate neighborhood. Neighborhood such as which country? That is Indian Ocean island states. Example, Maldives. So India, Indian people, India gives political and diplomatic priority. Okay, so அரசியல் மற்றும் ராஜதந்திர முன்னுரிமையை நம்ம யாருக்கு first கொடுக்கிறோம்னா, we are giving to our immediate neighbor, like who? Indian Ocean islands. Where the Maldives is it's one of our island in Indian Oceans. So we are giving priority to our Indian Ocean island states such as Maldives. So what is our first aim? India foreign policy is mainly aimed on the historical and cultural commonalities of the neighborhood. And next, if you take, India gives its political and diplomatic. Political, you know what is அரசியலும் ராஜதந்திர முன்னுரிமையை to whom they are giving? To they give the Indian Ocean islands states such as Maldives. Okay. Then next point is, we India provides neighbors with support. Okay, India provides neighbors with support. What are the support we are giving to our neighbor? Needed in the form of what are that? That is resources, equipments and training. Okay, these are the first policy. Okay, concept of this India's friendly relation with neighbors. So far what India is doing, India is giving its neighbors supports. In what are the way we are giving supports to the neighboring countries? We are providing resources. What are the resources needed for them? We are giving equipments. We are providing training to those countries. Okay, so these are all the first concept of the India's friendly relations with its neighbor. First, what we are doing, we are taking consideration into the historical and cultural commonalities. On that basis only we have prepared our foreign policy. Then next concept is, we are giving the political and cultural, then political diplomatic priority mainly to the Indian Ocean island states like Maldives. And next, India, we are providing our neighbors support. In what way we are giving support to them? Like providing resources to them, giving equipments and giving them training. In this way we are helping our neighbors. So that is what the prioritizing and integrated neighborhood first policy. Then next one, if you take it, the bridging diplomacy and development. Okay, so in that first point, one of the major objective is nothing but aim, objective of India's foreign policy. F is here is foreign policy. So one of the major objective of India's foreign policy is what? Has been to leverage international partnership for what? International partnership, that is for what? For providing the for India's domestic development. For India's domestic development. Okay, so that is the first point under this heading, bridging diplomacy and developments. So we have to, the concept here for following the next concept, to have a relationship with the other countries, that our main objective is to India leverage to international partnership for India's domestic development. நம்மளோட இந்தியாவோட உள்நாட்டு டெவலப்மென்ட்காக நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம்? எல்லா international countries oda we have a partnership. That is the one of the main objective of our India's foreign policy. So India neighbors oda friendly ah irukona, adutha concept avanga enna vechirukanga, we should have to develop our domestic development. நம்மளோட உள்நாட்டு வளத்தை பெருக்கணும்னா we have a good contact with the international partnership with the other countries. சர்வதேசத்தோட நம்ம ஒத்துழைச்சு பார்ட்னர்ஸா இருந்தாதான் we can develop. Okay, so that is the next point, and this included, so we are telling we have a partnership with the other countries. In what way we are keeping? This includes, okay, improving technological access, technological access and sourcing capital, gaining, what we are gaining? Gaining market access, and one more thing, and natural, securing natural resources, securing natural resources. So we have said to improve our domestic development, so we have to have an international partnership. In what way? By improving the technological development. Okay, நம்ம இந்த technological development வந்து மேன்மைப்படுத்தணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் sourcing capital, capital வந்து source பண்றது, அது என்னது? மூலதனத்தை பெருக்கிறது. அப்புறம் gaining market, மார்க்கெட்டை வந்து வாணிக வந்து நம்ம பெறுறது, and securing natural resources, natural resources பாதுகாக்கிறது. இது எல்லாமே உள்ளடக்கியது தான் இந்த partnership. Okay, so this includes improving the technological access, then sourcing capital, மூலதனத்தை பெறுறது, then gaining market, to get market, and to securing natural resources, to protect the natural resources. These are the, இதெல்லாம் தான் நம்ம மற்ற நாடுகளோட பார்ட்னர்ஷிப் வச்சு நம்ம உள்நாட்டோட டெவலப்மெண்ட் பண்றதுக்கான ரீசன்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் தான். Okay, then next one is the next point is the gradual transition from look east to act east policy. Okay, so in that first point, Southeast Asia that begins with Northeast India. So இந்த Southeast Asia எங்க ஆரம்பிக்குதுன்னா நம்மளோட Northeast Indiaவில் அது Southeast Asia start ஆகுது. From there Southeast Asia is begins. From where? From Northeast India. So the next, Myanmar. Myanmar is our land bridge. Myanmar is our land bridge to the countries of the association. Countries of the association of the Southeast Asian nation. Southeast Asian nations. What's the meaning for this? Southeast Asia, where it starts from, it begins from the Northeast India. நம்ம Northeast India இருந்து தான் Southeast India வந்து ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகிறது. Okay, so இந்த மியான்மர் தான் இந்த அசோசியேஷன் கண்ட்ரீஸ்க்கும் இந்தியாவுக்கும் ஒரு பாலமா இருக்குது. So from where it starts? Myanmar. So Myanmar தான் நம்ம இந்தியாவையும் இந்த கண்ட்ரீஸ் அசோசியேஷன்ஸ் கண்ட்ரீஸையும் இணைக்கிற ஒரு பாலமா இருக்கு. So that is why Southeast Asia, where it starts from Northeast India, from our north side, and the northeastern countries, that is Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, from there. Okay, and which country that connects the association with India? That is Myanmar. So that is a land bridge, okay, to the countries of the association of the Southeast Asian countries. In that, second point is this policy. What policy? This gradual transition from look east to act east policy gives the emphasis to the more productive role to Asian and Southeast Asian, East Asian countries. Okay, this policy emphasizes. Okay, this policy emphasizes the more productive role or important role, more productive role. To whom? More productive role for Asian and East Asian countries. East Asian countries. Okay, so this policy, the gradual transition from look east to act east policy, it gives more importance to whom? To Asian and East Asian countries. And not only this, the three main elements in this policy, இந்த பாலிசியில் இருக்க முக்கியமான 3 elements என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, in our eastern policy, what are the 3? That is, or emphasis on physical connectivity, commerce or commercial and security related. These are the points. Okay, so the 3 main elements in our eastern policy, முக்கியமான 3 அம்சங்கள் நம்மளோட இந்த eastern policyல என்னன்னா, we should give more importance to the physical connectivity. நிலப்பரப்பை இணைக்கிறது, நம்மளோட land and borders இணைக்கிறதுல நிலப்பரப்பை இணைக்கிறது, அதுதான் physical connectivity. Much importance, emphasis to where they are giving physical connectivity, commerce or commercial businessக்கு and நம்மளோட செக்யூரிட்டிக்கு. இந்த மூணு தான் நம்மளோட ஈஸ்டர்ன் பாலிசியில் ஒரு முக்கிய அம்சமாக வந்து அதை இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுக்குறாங்க. ஸோ தட் இஸ் த 3 main elements in our eastern policy, or emphasis on, stronger emphasis, very ஒரு ஸ்ட்ராங்கான ஒரு முக்கியத்துவம் எதுக்கு we are giving, that is physical connectivity, அதாவது நம்மளோட அந்த நிலப்பரப்பை இணைக்கிறது. So physical connectivity, commercial and commerce and security related, we are giving much importance to this concept. Okay, and next point in this is economic development. Okay, in this first point, currently India's political move or influence, being influenced by I explain you what it is. Influenced by economic imperatives. Okay, so currently India's political move at present, நம்ம இந்தியாவோட அரசியல் நகர்வு எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, பொருளாதாரத்து காரணங்கள் தான் அதில் அதிகமான செல்வாக்கு வந்து செலுத்துது. Okay, so currently India's political move are highly influenced by economic imperatives. That is, what is பொருளாதார காரணிகள் தான் முக்கியமாக இதில் வந்து தன்னோட ஆதிக்கத்தை அரசியல்ல செலுத்துது. So that is the first point. And many nations move to forge better relationship with India. So many countries wanted to have a good relationship with India nowadays. Okay, so we are growing nowadays, we have become strong nowadays. So, and for that many nations forge better relations, they wanted to have a relationship with India. Okay, and okay, so India's this is accelerated, then next one is the that is inclusive, then equal and inclusive economic development. This is these are the India's primary goal. Okay, accelerated, equal and inclusive economic development. What is this? Accelerated that is nilayana, okay, accelerated and samamana, okay, and inclusive na உள்ளாட்டு பொருளாதார வளர்ச்சி. இதுக்கெல்லாம் தான் ரொம்ப முக்கியம் தருது எது? இந்தியாவோட முக்கியமான ஒரு எய்ம், அப்படி கோல் அப்படின்னு சொன்னோம்னா இதெல்லாம் தான் accelerated, equal and inclusive economic development. So these are the main aim of the India's primary goal. Okay, so this is about the economic development and India as a leading power. Okay, how we come to know that India is now leading power? Through, okay, how we come to know India is a member? India is a member of the G20. Okay, G20 and East Summit and that is BRIC and the BRIC coalition. So how we come to know India is a leading power? Nowadays we are in a good positions, we are a leading power. That how you come to know that? How we can come to know? Because India is a member of the G20. G20 la aprom the SAARC மாநாட்டில் ஈஸ்ட் சப்மிட்ல and BRIC coalition. So இதெல்லாம் நம்ம வந்து மெம்பரா இருக்கிறது. What it shows, we are growing, we are a leading power. On seeing this we come to know India is a leading power. Okay, G20 East Summit and the BRIC coalitions. From this we come to know that we are growing and we are a leading power. Okay, that is because of that a testament its status. By this it shows our status. We are member in these countries, so that it shows we are have a status as a large country with a growing economy. Okay, so from this we come to note நம்ம ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய பொருளாதார வளர்ச்சி அடைஞ்சு வர நாடா இருக்கிறதுனாலையும் மற்றும் இந்த கண்ட்ரிங்களோட மெம்பர்ஸா இருக்கனாலும் that we come to know that India is a leading power. Now we are growing. How we come to know that? Because India is a member of the G20 East Summit and BRICS coalitions. Okay, so that it shows not only that, because our economical development is also there, that shows that we are growing nowadays and we are a leading power. Not only that, India aspires for permanent memberships. What is that? India aspires for permanent membership. எதுல? Membership on the UN Security Council. So India aspires for permanent. நம்ம என்ன விருப்பப்படுறோம்? இந்தியா permanent member-ஆ UNல வந்து ஆகணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுது. UN the Security Council how many members? 15 countries are the members. 5 permanent countries and 10 is elected for 2 years, and after that if they don't want that country to be a member, they will throw it out. So India is also like that. So, but we want a permanent position in the Security Council. அதுக்காக நம்ம ரொம்ப விருப்பப்படுறோம். நாமளும் Security Council ஒரு permanent member-ஆ ஆகணும் அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம விருப்பப்படுறோம். That is, India aspires for a permanent membership on the UN Security Council. Then next, conclusion. We'll come to the conclusions. Okay, so conclusions in that's what's happening today. First, today India has formal diplomatic relationship. Formal diplomatic relation with many nations. Many nations. இப்போ நாம நிறைய நாடுகளோட தூதுவர அமைச்சுக்கிற அளவுக்கு நம்ம வந்து இப்போ வந்து ரொம்ப ராஜதந்திரமாக வளர்ந்துருக்கோம். ஸோ இன் டுடே இந்தியா ஹேஸ் அ ஃபார்மல் டிப்ளமேட்டிக் ரிலேஷன்ஸ் வித் மெனி கண்ட்ரீஸில் நம்ம தூதரகம் அமைக்கிற அளவுக்கு நம்ம இந்தியா வந்து வளர்ந்துருக்கோம். ஓகே, ஸோ ரிலேஷன்ஸ் வித் மெனி நேஷன்ஸ். ஓகே, this is the first point. And next point, okay, so India vandu India is the beside being the world second most populous country, not only that, largest democracy, and one of the fast growing country, one of the fast growing country. So what we are doing, so today India has a formal diplomatic, நம்ம நாட்டோட தூதரகத்தில் நிறைய நாடுகளில் நம்ம உருவாக்குற அளவுக்கு நம்ம வளர்ந்துரும். டிசைட் நாம் ஒரு பெரிய வேர்ல்டில் செகண்ட் பாப்புலஸ் கண்ட்ரியாக இருக்கும், லார்ஜஸ்ட் டெமோக்ரஸி நாடாக இருக்கும், அண்ட் ஃபாஸ்ட் க்ரோயிங் எக்கானமியாகவும் நம்ம இருக்கும். ஸோ இந்த ரீசன்ஸ்னால we can able to create a diplomatic relations with many countries. And the next point is, so for this India follows one principle. What they follows? India adheres. Okay, India adheres to the foreign policy. What foreign policy? Policy principle. நம்ம ஒரு principle follow பண்றோம். அந்த principle என்னன்னா, that should be very important in international relation. In international ரிலேஷன்ல இந்தியா எப்படி இருக்காங்க? இன் இன்டர்நேஷனல் ரிலேஷன், ஓகே, relation, there is no permanent friend or permanent foe, or permanent foe. What's the meaning for foe? Enemy. Okay, so there is in the international, நம்ம ஒரு principle வந்து foreign policyல follow பண்றோம். அந்த principle என்னன்னா, in international relation, சர்வதேச நாடுகளோட அந்த கூட்டணியில வந்து நாம வந்து there is no permanent, யார் கூடயும் நம்ம permanent ஃப்ரெண்டும் கிடையாது, யார் கூடயும் permanent எனிமியும் நம்ம கிடையாது. பட் என்னன்னா, but only the interest is permanent. ஆனா நன்மைகளுக்கு தான் நம்ம முக்கியமாக நலன்களுக்கு தான் இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் கொடுக்கணும். அதுதான் தட் இஸ் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இஸ் பெர்மனெண்ட். நலன்களை காப்பாற்றுறது தான் பெர்மனெண்ட்டாக இருக்கணுமே தவிர யார் கூடயுமே நம்ம எனிமியாவோ இல்லை ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் பெர்மனெண்ட் எனிமியாவோ பெர்மனெண்ட்டாக ஃப்ரெண்டாகவும் நம்ம இருக்கக்கூடாது. அப்படிங்கிறது தான் மற்ற நாட்களோட நலன்களை கருதி அதுக்காக தான் நம்ம வந்து ரிலேஷன்ஸோடு இருக்கணும். அப்படிங்கிறது தான் நம்மளோட மெயின் ஏம். ஓகே, India adheres to the foreign policy principle. What policy we are following? What principle we are following? In international relationship, there is no permanent friendship or permanent foe, but only interest or permanent. Okay, then next one is, so today India are facing new challenges. Okay, new challenges force India to adjust to எதுக்கு adjust பண்ணது to new realities. Okay, new challenges. நம்ம நிறைய challenges வந்து இன்னைக்கு வந்து India has to face. Why? Because we have to accept the realities. உண்மைகளை நம்ம வந்து accept பண்ண வேண்டியதா இருக்கு. அதுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி நம்ம போக வேண்டியது இருக்கு. So we have to face new challenges. For that we have to adjust the new realities. Even then, அப்படி இருந்தா கூட even then we are not sacrificing our foreign policy. Basic framework of its foreign policy remain more or less same. So even though we are sacrificing many things to face the new challenges in our new realities, even though we are not giving up our foreign policy, it remains more or less same. So this is about the India's foreign policy, that is prioritizing an integrated neighborhood first policy, then bridging a diplomacy and development, and gradual transition from look east to act east policy and economic development, and India as a leading power. Conclusions. I hope you have understood the concept, children. Your homework is assignment. Learn and write these policies. This is the today's homework. Have a nice day, children.